What got me into DJing was in primary school. I started hearing the first electric records. Got on free pair of Clark shoes randomly. No one wants to wear shoes, right, like in school days, and to make you buy them, they give you a free record token. So I went there and you get a free record token. It takes to Littlewoods and you couldn't choose a record, they just give you one. And they gave me a Herbie Hancock Rocket, and that started me to quest this new style of music no one heard before. And age of like 13, I thought, right, I want to start DJing this. So from that point onwards, I sort of sought out how to get that equipment, which is quite expensive at the time. Well, back then, because we were like literally kids, I managed to get a Technics belt drive. It had a pitch control, but it was belt drive, and someone else had another deck, and we had a Tandy mixer. I think it was it's called a Realistic, maybe a Tandy at the time. It was like a super cheap mixer, and then we put the crossfader back to front, and just a stereo system. So it's very, very DIY. There's like 4 of us involved, and sort of comped together this sort of higgledy-piggledy system. Well, I finally saved up for a Technics 1210, which was like everything to me to have that. And then my friend had one, and my other friend had a mixer, so we had like a sound system. So we had that for years, and I think the Technics deck is undisputable best deck out there, still to this day. And eventually, when I started producing music as Stanton Warriors, a lot of the tracks we had to print dub plates all the time, which meant going up to these dub plate making places in London, queuing up all the ragga guys and junglists and stuff, and getting dub plates every week, which was fun but expensive. And then these sort of pioneer CDJs started coming out, and obviously you can make a tune, burn it, and play it that same night. It became a bit more convenient. So then suddenly the sets were like, I don't know, 20% CDs, 20% dub plates, and then vinyl. But as we're making more and more tunes and getting tunes of friends, which weren't necessarily available on vinyl, and couldn't always get dub plates cut, we eventually just transitioned to just CDs only. Now I've got 3 CDJs, all Pioneers, one Pioneer mixer, and we use that because we can do it from memory stick, and we can have like, you know, thousands of tracks in there. The whole thing syncs up and it works really well together, and you can literally have your whole set in a box, and you haven't got to run through airports knocking people's shins out with your record boxes, or worrying about CDs being scratched or CDs getting stuck in the CDJs, and everything that possibly happened to us on the road. As you know yourself, you kind of like things bump and thing. Only thing you have to worry about with a memory stick is losing it. That's why you have like 3 backups in your pocket. So when you get drunk, you leave it in there, it's fine. So it makes things a lot more convenient. It's an interesting question where DJ technology is going from here. I mean, you can computerize it to a point where you don't actually need a DJ. I mean, you can actually have, imagine a virtual, you can have a robot DJ now. You can probably like have them scan the algorithm to the crowd and see what tunes are reacting and probably do what a DJ does. But then what point does it become that you're not DJing? I've seen not DJs work where they're literally not doing much mixing, they're kind of doing pre-recorded sets, and if they're not the sort of equipment's doing it for them, the mixing. And for me personally, I find it quite boring. I don't think it's just an old school thing. I think if you want to go and see a DJ perform, the key is like watching him perform. If you want to go and hear someone, a model guy or someone semi-famous dancing around the decks, and that's a personal appearance, and he's playing some music from flashing lights, that's fine. But for me, I want to see someone who's got their own sort of musical character, do their thing, and actually sort of pull off some good mixes. There's nothing so exciting on the dance floor than watching DJ doing something. Wow, he dropped that in, he done that, he dropped a curveball, that acapella dropped him there, and the way he just dropped him there, I didn't expect that one to come there, and he'd end with that. It's amazing how that fit with this. Wow, great. That's for me a fun night. So I think the level of, obviously technology can get better and better, and already you can probably mix with your iPhone, or you can. But then it starts to come the opposite direction, so the actual DJs are less. So I think possibly at the pinnacle of what a DJ can do, and any further, like him doing mind reading, mixing, whatever, it's just going to be a bit stupid like a circus. So I'd say we could probably sort of stop at what we're at now, and anything more would just be, you know, robots running things. Best tech setups and DJing on. Really, having learned on belt drives, one of the wonders of doing like that was it taught you to be so sensitive with your fingers that when we actually sort of managed to afford Technics decks, we've mixed like really tight. You know, it was a bit of a badge of honour to mix super tight. We've moved 3 decks. You learn to be so kind of like, you know, like sensitive on your fingers and the pitch and stuff that you can actually ride pitch controls and mix disco tunes which weren't synchronised properly because they're on like live, but keep them in the mix. So having that kind of education, if you like, allowed super sort of tight mixing. So, you know, in an ideal world, if you learned like that, you'd be the best on anything because you could literally like lock any beats in. But these CDJs now are so tight anyway on the BPMs, maybe you don't need to do that anymore. So the question is, what is DJing? You know, if you wanted to sort of do that, and you'd have to learn that way. It's just the hard way, but the best way. But I definitely think, well, I don't know. I mean, it's just kind of the whole vinyl versus CD things. It's more fun to learn on vinyl, I think, because it actually locks your head into the groove and you're actually riding a groove. Whereas on a CDJ, you can probably mix in about 2 seconds just without even headphones looking at pitch controls. So a quick way, CDJs, the more fun, thorough, getting it into the groove kind of way would be like using decks. If you're sitting at home, I'd much rather I'd enjoy it more to be mixed on decks because I'd be feeling it more, which is what it's all about. My tips for aspiring new DJs is, there's a lot of DJs out there, anyone can be a DJ these days, everyone is a DJ, and to stand out, to have success, one important thing is have your own character, just to literally sort of be ahead of the pack, or be different from the pack, step aside from the pack, so to speak. Sometimes you'll be somewhere in some obscure country and you suddenly notice the guy playing before you, he's got tunes you've never heard before, and you chat to him, and you could be in Turkey and he's made all these beat tunes with Turkey belly dancing beats behind it. And you're like, wow, what's that? Oh, I made these myself. You're like, wicked, cool, man. And then you think, this guy's really different, he's got his own angle going on. And maybe then you get his number, maybe then you can invite him over to DJ your night in London or something, because he stands out, because he's got a unique selling point. I think that is what, end of the day, this is art, it's about creativity, and anyone who sort of tries something different is being more arty, more creative. Anyone could just like be a cookie cutter DJ and download a Beatport Top 20 and stand there and wave their hands and do all this and whatever, and that's boring. So don't be boring, you want to stand out and you want to ultimately have success, build your own character, do what you want to do, make it original, and eventually people around will like gravitate towards you, and fresh is best.